welcome back again to the Game Developer News Desk here at GDC 2025. We are back again to talk to more of the people around Game Developers Conference this year, doing some of the interesting developments that you're going to be hearing about this year, next year, or maybe even in the future. And next up, we have Anderson Lin from Tencent Cloud, where you are the Senior Director of Business Development, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks for joining me so much.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
How's your show going so far?
Great.
Enjoying it?
Great. Yeah. Really good crowd. A lot of interaction. Really exciting.
The energy is always
the
so great to be
good.
around.
Yes.
It's like, I guess, speaking of energy or celebrating things, is you guys recently were recognized as a leader in Omdia's market radar for games in Asia and Oceania. I want to make sure I get that correct because I want to recognize the achievement there. Can you kind of tell me more about Tencent Cloud and maybe like what kind of led you guys to become or recognized by the Omdia report?
Yes, it's an honor to be awarded, and I like to think of it that Tencent Cloud is kind of the best kept secret for gamers, game developers, and we were founded in 2013, and basically sort of Tencent itself, Tencent Games is known for its strong gaming DNA, and we kind of inherited that as a company, as a cloud provider out of Tencent, and so after 12 years, we are in all major continents. We have over 1 million servers, and we're delivering a lot of games, many major titles over our cloud network. And I think what really distinguishes us from having all your basic cloud services is, for gamers, is that we have a lot of game tech services that allows you to develop the games from the beginning to the end. And I think that's what really stands apart from a gaming perspective on our global capabilities.
Yeah, I think that probably enables you to work with a lot of different kind of teams and different companies too. So do you want to talk a little bit about the games that Tencent Cloud is working with, maybe name some of the things and what's working well with them?
Yeah, so Tencent actually is a large affiliate of game studios worldwide, and also we work with a lot of game studios inside China and globally who's leveraging our cloud to run games. I mean, some of the titles that's more well known are like The Honor of King, which is pretty huge, and also PUBG Mobile. So those is a testament to our ability to support really massive games, a lot of players online, and across the board. And also recently we started working with The Boneless, which is a pretty growing title in Europe. And it's pretty highly rated on Steam. And that's those are the games that leverage our technologies, and especially our coverage in certain regions that we deliver better game experiences, such as Asia and also, of course, Europe and as well. Yeah,
I get the best kept secret thing you mentioned earlier because it's one of those. If you haven't, if you didn't know this game has Tencent Cloud stuff, like you've been playing games that have Tencent Cloud technology in them, you might just not be aware of it. And there's a lot of popular ones out there.
Right. And of course, Tencent is a major game publisher itself, and Tencent Cloud is the cloud of choice when they go to market. And this is it goes to show that a lot of you already been playing games and having a lot of fun on it. That's running on Tencent Cloud.
Yeah. So looking at the game developer side of that conversation, then why do you think developers choose Tencent Cloud?
Yeah, I think especially recently, right? I put out a couple of things. One is more so than ever before, the game economics is a challenge, meaning that it's not pursue best game experience at all costs. It's pursue best experience at a reasonable cost that's sustainable. Second is time to market. That I hear a lot of studios and teams that are getting their project canceled if they're suffering delays. So there's always a pressure to keep the project developing on schedule. And what we do here is we have a variety of game technologies from anti-cheat, from game voice, socialization, interaction platforms that enables you to build the game faster, more fun, and incorporate a lot of proven institutional knowledge in those the product, so that you can build your game faster and ensure higher likelihood of actually hitting the market.
Like really leveraging a lot of powerful resources in the right direction.
Right.
So, and you mentioned it a little bit too, but like I wonder if we can talk more about the challenges in the game industry right now and what you guys are seeing and how you're facing those, and we can bring that into maybe something brighter for trends after that. But so with challenges in the game industry right now, how are you guys kind of supporting developers overall beyond kind of like some of the things things you mentioned, or the deeper versions of those.
Right. So one of the way we work with developers is also we have more sort of upfront service, right? We're more personalized in what we do and how we work with developers. And I think structurally our product team is actually very front and center in collaborating with developers, in feature requests, and getting them what they want. And I think that's why a lot of game studios will collaborate with us. So it's not just the infrastructure, the servers, the networks, and the bits going through. There is a collaboration aspect of it. Secondly, I think I mentioned in the game tech area. I think some of the challenges we're seeing right now, we may not necessarily have the best answer for it because it's emerging, is AI. A lot of games are kind of exploring how do I incorporate AI. But we actually have a lot of AI tools, such as AI 3D landscape generating, AI clipping of highlights. So we already incorporate a lot of those into our tools and capability. We just recently showcased at this show today, AI conversation. Okay. And those are tools that developers can incorporate to build their games, or figure out how to build the games that incorporate this new AI capabilities into it. And then finally, I think the challenge is looking at how to make the game more interactive and sociable. To really stand out from the crowd. And that's kind of also our DNA is that Tencent has a strong social media background, so that we're able to take a lot of social media interactive tools that make them available to game developers to build into their games.
It's a lot of like investigative and collaborative processes seem like very core to what you guys are doing. Those are so important too. Like it's a good value to have. Kind of like taking that into like the what's next. Like we're always at an interesting time in gaming. And right now, what kind of trends do you see ahead of us? And how are you at Tencent Cloud, or just as someone in the industry preparing for them overall?
I think I mentioned two aspects of it. One of it is the AI, right? And again, that's a evolving conversation. Maybe I will have even a more advanced answer next year here. But right now, it's just that we already built a lot of AI tools into our technology to help them. But I think we are working along with developers to figure out how to get AI into games. Again, to make it more fun, interactive. The other one is interactivity or socialization. Right? How do we get players to play together? How do we get players to socialize about your game? And that's we have these interactive tools that enable to do that, and we're seeing more and more being incorporated, so that you could actually have a social experience together with the other players.
I love that. And then you mentioned earlier, but I think it's something worth touching on too. Different like regions that you guys are supporting, and like the work you're doing in APAC. Do you have anything else kind of like along the lines of what you're seeing in the future and what you're looking forward to as far as those topics go?
I think we are continuing expanding. So obviously, very recently we added Brazil to our coverage. We're opening a Middle East as well, and it's kind of where the gaming is happening. And APAC is definitely a huge emerging region, and we have one of the strongest coverage there, both in technology and also in people, boots on the ground to help game developers.
As emerging territories seem to mature, then you're still finding more emerging territories and being part of that process too. So that's fantastic. So I think our closing question here, or we'll go with like one more question I think we have time for. So let's talk a little bit about cheating in gaming, and kind of when you're talking about any kind of multiplayer, any kind of social experience, there's that concern in the back of the mind too. So how does Tencent Cloud factor into those conversations? What do you guys kind of have to keep in mind for those experiences?
So cheating is an eternal problem. Like you have to constantly fight it. It's not a checkbox to say I solved it. You don't solve it, you just keep fighting it. And I guess I like to use the analogy of Bane from Batman, right? Like we were born into it. Like from day one of operating gaming, that we've been facing a massive amount of cheating challenges, and so we got really good at fighting it, and we create a lot of strong tools for developers to incorporate. So I will argue that fighting cheating in games, well, first of all, it's an incredible problem that makes your game erodes the player confidence and the enjoyment of the game in engagement. And we actually, because of how much we experienced that ourselves, we developed a lot of proprietary and powerful tools and technologies to really combat that. And it is actually, it's a battle proven because it's used by all the many of the successful titles that Tencent published today. But any game developers could come to us and take advantage of it.
Yeah, no, if you had come out and said, we solved all cheating, we fixed it, then I would be like, I've been skeptical because it is that back and forth. So it's a great dynamic to just like know that you are always investigating and looking out for the player issues there too. So I think we are about at time. If developers out there want to know more about Tencent Cloud, where should they look? Or if they're at GDC here, where should they go to learn more about Tencent?
So yeah, we have a big booth out there. You can't miss us.
Impossible to miss.
Just look for a big claw machine to pull up plushies. You can find us on Tencent Cloud, and then or follow us on LinkedIn.
Awesome.
Tencent Cloud.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a good rest of your show. And
thank you.
Everyone out there.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you.